dentists rarely go back. The person who hires an associate, they usually say to me next, how soon can I get another one? Which shows that that is a positive, but that first associate is such a big thing. What would you tell them?
It is a big thing. I would also not go back. So I agree with that statement.
Right.
I can't imagine going back to how it was right when I bought my practice. For me, just prepping the team and kind of getting the team and the practice ready to bring somebody on. I think going from 0 associates to 1 was the biggest leap. And then after that, it was just normal. There was no, mutiny from patients or team members when another doctor came on. It was like, I think it was more self-inflicted than really.
Oh, you said it right. I mean, there's a dentist, I won't mention his name, Dr. Todd Fleischman, who lives near me, and he's one of my best friends. In 2017, I said, you need an associate. He said, Paul, I can't, fee for service. Everybody wants to see me. But I said, I don't care about any of that stuff. You need an associate. Now he has multiple associates. And the fear is, what if the patients don't want to see the associate? Okay. Well, first of all, there's many ways to get past that, which we can talk about in future. But now he just says to him, he's so 9 years later, he said, I'll never go back to practicing alone. When one of his patients says, I don't want to see your associate, I'm going to leave, he goes, well, if you leave, you're not going to see me either. So you may as well give him a chance. Yeah, and I think that's a brilliant 2 lines.
I love that.
Because he just holds firm to the person's emotional instability, right? And just to be clear on this, he's a fairly talented dentist he's not saying my associate's going to do a full mouth rehab the first time. In his office, it could be a hygiene check, right? Like it could be a hygiene check or a one visit filling that these patients are pushing back on. So he sets his associate up for success. So I think that's just a great line. If you leave, you're not going to see me anyway. You may give me a try.
That's so good. I think too, just making sure you're hiring the right people that not only do they practice dentistry up to your standards, but they treat people. They're going to treat your patients and your team. That was the biggest thing for me. And that's what I focused on in interviews is how are you going to treat my patients and how are you going to treat my team? Because if you're not going to treat them the way I would, then you're not the right fit for my practice. And I think
love it.
I saw so many ads that's like needs to do molar endo, needs to place implants. And I didn't care about their clinical skill set. Obviously, I'm going to bring on a dentist that's going to do good dentistry, but I wasn't thinking about it like, how can I bring more revenue into the business by hiring somebody that can do a procedure that I can't? It was more, do our philosophies of how we care for other people align? And I think once you do that, it takes the pressure off of bringing somebody new in.